Is that a good angle? Yes, it is. I don't fucking care. Where my flag go? Oh, fuck, it's all the way over there. Oh. One moment. Flag has been acquired. Lighter has been required. Little life update, kind of. I don't know. I'm reading about fucking 5 different books at the moment, and I keep going back to each individual book that I'm in the middle of reading and continuing. I've been reading a lot more often, and that was like something I hadn't been doing for a while, so I'm happy that I've gotten back into the spirit of reading. Fucking, I even read, I'd already read it before, but I even read Bram Stoker's, Dracula, which I didn't think I would have the patience to read, to be honest. Like, again, didn't think I had the patience to read again, but then I was just like, tempted. And, been DIYing my clothes a little bit more. DIY'd 2 pairs of jeans tonight. One pair of jeans that I used to wear all the time, but I had to stop wearing, was because they were really, really baggy on me. So, like, they were had all sorts of holes at the bottom. So I've cut, like, the ends of the legs off, a little bit off the leg area, the flare area. And, I need to get, like, some kind of sewing gear or something like that, because the reason I had to stop wearing them is because I kept crossing my legs in these jeans, and they were baggy, but every time I crossed my legs, I was ripping them more in between my thighs, and there's just a huge gap where my inner thigh is that shows too much skin, you know, for the greater good. I didn't want to wear them and struggle every time I wore them. I've also been writing. I've gone back into writing again, and man, I've been writing. Holy shit, I have been writing. Like, usually I get, like, really stressed when I'm writing because I'm good at spelling, but it's certain words I get in my head about, because I'm like, am I spelling this word right? And then when I spell a word wrong, I just end up ripping the page out and restarting over and over again. But I have realised that when I am having a fucking mental breakdown, and I'm stressed, I'm basically in fits of tears, and somehow that makes me focus on what I'm writing more, despite the fact my brain, in that moment, hates itself and feels like it's gonna kill itself. It's gonna, like, self-destruct in those moments. Kind of went back into a spiral of staying in the house again a lot more often, because my mood can go from, it can be like a straight line for a while. It can be like, you know, you're fine, but you're not amazing. You're still happy in between it, but that's the line usually. And then at some point in the line, my mood takes a dip, and it's not just a normal dip, it's a dip to the bottom of the iceberg type dip, where I go insane for a few days. In these dips of me making my way to the bottom of the iceberg of my self-destructing brain, I write a lot better when I'm in those states. So that's something. I don't encourage smoking because it is a bad addiction, but I can also not tell you what to do with your life. So puff puff. There you go. There you go. What else do I talk about during this update? My brain is just going zzz. I'm in a buffering stage right now. Currently in the middle of an all-nighter. I've been awake, right? It is about 12, half 12, 12 p.m. here in the UK currently when I'm recording this video. I have been awake since 7 p.m. yesterday. And I am somehow not tired. Made that make sense? How usually by this point I would be dead. I would be out cold, in a ball. No one can get through to me when I'm like that. No one. Like, you could ask anyone who's been to a party with me, or like has witnessed me sleep at theirs. I just go into a coma when I'm asleep. No one knows if I'm dead or not because I'm so still and pale that people are always like, is she alive? Does she have a pulse? Most recent time I had a coma, my friend Josh, usually I wake up before him. Because sometimes I stay at his, we have a few drinks, you know? Girly time, bestie time, shit like that. Usually I wake up before him. Today was not that day. He had came into the room a few times just to like check on me. Because he hadn't heard a single ounce of a breath out of me since the night before, so he was a little concerned, as you would be, considering your friend is passed out on your couch, possibly dead, and when I'm asleep you can't wake me up. People have described my knocking out stages as a faint knockout, like a faint blackout, like I'm just dead. I'm not there. I'm just gone. What else do I say? Jesus. I got a better pair of headphones. Wired headphones, because all the headphones that I have, they have snapped. Like, you know, the big headphones that you put on your head and Bluetooth connect. I had a pair of those that were on their last life, basically. One side was, you know, alright, it was still connected to the headset area of it. The other side was hanging off because I think I'd fell asleep with it on and then it had snapped in the night. And because when I'm asleep, I'm in a coma-like induced state. So half the time, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up with a broken bone or like with a headset halfway in my skull. So while these headphones were on the end of their life, one of my mates, he disappeared with my headset because he was taking measures into his own hands to duct tape and DIY these headphones because they were hanging on for dear life. So been tempted to get a new piercing. It's just going to do it is fuck the issue. So is this TMI? Should I say this on an update vlog? Maybe not. But one thing I'm jealous of me when I was about 16, 17, I had 2 eyebrow piercings either side of my eyebrows, but then they rejected and shit like that. But I really want them back, because they really do. I think eyebrow piercings suit a lot of people, but for some reason it just worked with me, and I don't know why. I've never had a nostril piercing, mainly because that seems like hell to me. That sounds like a type of hell I don't want to go through. I love my piercer, love him. But when it comes to my nostril, he ain't going near my nostril. He can pierce any other area of me. Not every area, but you get the gist. He can pierce any other area on my face and stomach and maybe my nipple and shit. That's fine. Do not go for my nostril. See, I thought this was gonna hurt like a bitch when I got it. I thought this was like the kryptonite of all piercings, because I'd heard horror stories. I'd seen horror stories of these like going terribly wrong. And then when I got it done, I didn't even fucking notice it had been done. It was seamless. It wasn't even like butter. It felt like nothing. I didn't even know he did it until my piercer said, "You didn't even flinch." And I was like, "Well, it's done." Say psych right now. You're kidding. You didn't just do that. You're just messing with me right now, right? No, because within a split second of the needle being in my bridge, because I drank a Monster beforehand, blood trickled down my nose. Just not even just trickled, poured out the bridge of my nose. So you'd think I'd feel some resemblance of pain in that moment. I did not. I felt more pain with my septum, which doesn't make sense because people say the septum is the least painful one you can get. This one wasn't like butter. This one jolted me out of my system. I got out for a minute. I was like, nah. I was like, never doing this shit again. And then I did that. And then I did these. And then the downward spiral began. Where was I? I still want to get my top of my arm tattooed. I made a tattoo design. It's like the caution sign triangles. I took like one of them off Google, and then I like erased like the caution in the middle of it and like the circle around the triangle, so it was just like a triangle. And then I put in fancy lettering in the middle, "I bite." I want to get that done because I didn't make it for fuck all. I made it, right? And then I went to Turkey, and it was like £45 a tattoo. And I was like, yes, that is fucking banging. And then I had bank fraud in Turkey. And I was like, it's almost like the world doesn't want me to get a tattoo. It's almost like it doesn't want me to start my battle of tattoos. Soon, it's gonna happen. My brother, right? My older brother, he doesn't have piercings. He's never been one for piercings or tattoos. And yet, this fucker got a tattoo before me. It's a very shit tattoo. And he doesn't even remember getting it. But he got a tattoo before me, which doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but I don't know. Restart. The beginning of the all-nighter that started yesterday, my brother was gonna pull an all-nighter with me, but then he was like, I need a nap. And I was like, alright, I'll wake you up at a certain time. None of that worked. Anyway, at the start of the all-nighter, I was showing him pictures of Taylor Momsen from the Pretty Reckless. Taylor Momsen, gorgeous. She's fucking gorgeous. I was showing like pictures of like all her like outfits that she would do like on stage to my brother, Even my brother, who's not alternative in any sense of the word, or well, he doesn't dress alternative, but he is one of us. He's a secret. He's a secret fan. He's a secret warrior of many bands. I showed him like pictures of Taylor Momsen's like outfits, and he was agreeing with me that she was fit as fuck, and I was like, yes. FYI, I'm bi. My brother is a lover of all women, so he's also got a thing for blondes, so it kind of worked. We also both have terrible history with blondes. Well, with me, it's both male and female. With him, it's specifically females. And he needs to stay away from blondes. So yeah, he was agreeing with me that Taylor Momsen is fit as fuck, which no one can disagree with me with. If you want to, fight me. Oh no. Years, right, of having this tapestry thing of Slipknot, the band, finally got it plastered to my wall. I've had this since I was 16. I think. Yeah, since I was 16, and I never put it up because, like, I wanted to, like, figure out what I was doing with my room first. Still have no fucking clue what I'm doing with my room. I mean, I've got a Chucky doll. I've got a few Jason masks. Can't say the word. Mask. I'm done. I've got a clown mask. Shit like that. Just a few wee things. And a fucking pile of fugglers that are meant to be stood up, but they're all in a pile. And I don't care enough to move them at the moment because I am in the depths of the iceberg as we speak. It's probably also because I'm pulling an all-nighter and I've not slept in hours. Hours. And I'm slowly losing my mind.